So last week's Dragon Ball Super episode was just crazy. Just craziness, especially in the last 5 minutes. And some people have actually said it's the best episode of the series so far. This week, the story continues as I talk about Dragon Ball Super episode 57. Japanese title, Fujimi no Karada o Motsu Kami Zamasu Koren, which translates to Advent of the Immortal God Zamasu. I really love that episode title, by the way. I think it sounds cool as hell. And guys, 2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row, I am legitimately speechless. This show, Dragon Ball Super, I mean, damn. Sometimes you gotta go through hell to go to heaven. We went through a lot of bad stuff early in this series. And it's all catching up now. The ship has been turned around, I think. Alright, we got a lot to talk about, guys. There's gonna be a lot of stuff that's gonna be talked about here. So the episode, first of all, before I go any further, the episode looked amazing, okay? This episode looked incredible. The animation was on point throughout the entirety of the episode. And if you are one of those Dragon Ball fans that likes action, if one of the reasons you dug Dragon Ball is because of the badass action, this is the episode for you. This is the most action-packed episode of Dragon Ball Super we've had thus far. Right up there with episode 11 and the hit episode. I would actually say this one's probably a little bit better because I feel the pacing and the animation was superior. Top quality stuff. So the episode begins with Goku being shocked at seeing Zamasu. Vegeta is alive, but he's hurt. Trunks is, of course, concerned. That psionic blade he took through the chest was very painful. Zamasu says that Black it's weird. He's not his, this is from Herms, he's not his Namaka, he's his Doshi, which both mean comrade, so I guess they're partners. So what happens is, Goku powers up. The first half of this episode, right, the first 12 minutes was non-stop action. Non-stop. It's almost too much for me to keep up with. I cannot wait to rewatch this episode during the week. Goku powers up, attacks Black, who blocks Goku's shot with his chop, and then Goku and Zamasu start going at it, and Goku can't touch him. Goku is fighting Zamasu and can't touch him. He can't touch him. So it becomes this, like, 2-in-1 type thing. So they do this incredible thing where Goku is knocks to the ground, Black is firing ki blasts at him, Goku's dodging with these, like, backflips on the streets. Just fast-paced, incredible stuff. Reminded me of the Goku versus Cell fight from Dragon Ball Z. You know, that really fast episode. So Black lunges at Goku out of nowhere, almost nails him with the blade. So Goku's in this 2-on-1 situation that he cannot win. Black is already too much for him, but now we've got Zamasu in there as well, who may actually be more powerful. More on that later. So Zamasu and Black both attack Goku with their respective moves. Trunks comes in, with their chops. Trunks comes in and blocks the psionic blade with his sword. So his sword can block the psionic blade. Why? I don't know. I have no idea. But it can. Trunks and Black start duking it out. Meanwhile, Mai's watching this with binoculars. Black powers up. Goku and Trunks are there together, just at a loss for words at what the hell is going on. And so am I. So Zamasu and Black start firing ki blasts and they're dodging. So it turns into this big battle royale between all four of them fighting all over. It's like a big four-way. Like they're just, going at it, Then the big moment is Goku uses the teleportation, which is the Shunkan Ito, otherwise known as the instantaneous movement or the instant transmission in the dub. He uses the move and goes for a roundhouse kick. Black dodges and nails him in the stomach. Black can teleport just like Goku. Black reveals that he can do the teleportation move, the instantaneous movement, just like Goku. So as if that wasn't epic enough, right? Trunks is fighting Zamasu and actually lunges at him with the sword and gores him in the stomach with a sword. Zamasu just laughs at him and pulls out the sword and literally regenerates his body. Whoa, what the hell? So then Black fires a ki blast at Trunks, knocking his sword out, and then Goku goes in. Zamasu starts talking shit throughout this whole thing. He's like, the ideal world, we don't need mortals or people like Goku getting involved with gods. So Trunks and Zamasu start going at it. Zamasu pretty much, again, tells him that, I have an immortal body. That's what it means to be a god. And Trunks starts nailing him with body blows, and like to the stomach. Boom, 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 boom. And then he puts his arms out and yells, "Final Flash." I lost it. I lost it, yo. Vegeta, when he trained Trunks, taught him the Final Flash. As if Trunks' arsenal of moves wasn't already incredibly loaded, he now knows the Final Flash. Of course, that doesn't get the job done. So, Zamasu says some very interesting stuff here. He's like, you can taste your powerlessness. Your attacks are no use against a god. Thank you, Saiyans. Your stupid strength has given me this immortal body. I don't know what that really means. I'm curious about what that means, and I guess we're going to find out. So Black does a Kamehameha, and he actually goes Kamehameha. So it is a Kamehameha. Shoots it, and here, this is so badass. So Trunks and Goku try to escape, but Zamasu comes up from behind them and grabs them both around their throat to make sure they don't move. So Black shoots the Kamehameha, hits both of them, and they're both done. They are both done, yo. They are down. So Zamasu and Black go to the skies, and they raise their hands up and put their keys together to create a gigantic ki blast, like a huge, like Majin Buu Frieza level gigantic blast. But this thing has God Ki in it. Ouch! You know what I'm saying? So Goku and Trunks are pretty much frozen. And then a beam, they fire, a beam comes out of nowhere. And they look, and it's Vegeta doing a Final Flash in SS Blue. One final, desperate Final Flash from Vegeta, saving Goku and his son Trunks, and then he passes out. How epic was that? If you haven't seen this episode, I'm probably going to watch this episode 4 or 5 times this week, guys. Like, seriously, I enjoyed it this much. Just, man, I've been waiting for this for so long. So they walk over to Vegeta, and the resistance is there. Yajirobe sneaks up while they're distracted by going over to Vegeta and takes Goku and Trunks' knocked out bodies away. So again, folks, Yajirobe, like he was back in the Vegeta saga when he cut off his tail, is once again useful, bro. I'm so happy Toriyama actually gave him something to do. That's great. I know a lot of Yamcha fans out there wish it could happen for them, but maybe someday. So the resistance, they're about to, Zamasu and Black are about to take out Vegeta. The resistance fires these smoke bombs, and then they're coughing, it's like smoke and like tear gas. And they're coughing, which allows Mai to rush in with a motorcycle and save Vegeta. And Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks are pretty much by themselves in this little the shantytown thing. Trunks pulls out the time machine, which for some reason in this shot looks strangely gigantic. And Trunks is really worried about Mai. They have this emotional moment where Trunks does not want to leave the future because he fears that Mai is going to be killed by Zamasu and Black, these two guys who they can't fuck with. Trunks is legit worried. Mai promises to stay alive while Trunks is gone. They play this really incredibly emotional music. Why couldn't Super have always been like this? You know what I mean? Like, so many people were turned off by Super when it first started, and it's like, dude, you got to come back. If you have a friend out there who is turned off by Super in the first few episodes or maybe the first movie adaptation arcs, you got to bring them back now because this is high-quality stuff. High quality. They go in the time machine. In the meantime, Black is looking for Goku's key, and then Zamasu's like, I'll finish them when they come back. They go back to the present. All three of them are knocked out, laid out in the courtyard of Capsule Corp. Kid, Trunks, and Bulma freak out when they see him. Then it gets interesting. Now we're starting to get some of these puzzle pieces actually being fixed here. We go to Universe 10, okay, in the present, not the future. Gowasu and Zamasu are watching Goku vs. Hit on TV. That's right. They are watching Dragon Ball Super on television. Who the hell taped the tournament? I don't remember cameras being at that tournament. Do you? If you do remember cameras, leave a comment down below. So I guess all the Kaioshin got copies of this Universe 6, Universe 7 tournament on like VHS, DVD, or maybe he downloaded it. Maybe he pirated it. I don't know. I was just kind of mind blown that Gowasu is watching Dragon Ball Super like we all did. And he's watching the Goku versus Hit fight. Zamasu's like, wow, he has God Ki. Somehow he can figure it out through the TV. And then what happens is they talk about tournament, and Gowasu talks about the Super Dragon Balls and tells Zamasu about these Super Dragon Balls. I think now we may know how Zamasu became immortal. If you predicted that Zamasu used the Super Dragon Balls to become immortal, you are a great prognosticator. See what I'm saying? So the episode ends with Zamasu going to visit Zuno. And if you remember who Zuno is, it's the guy who knows everything. Remember the guy who Bulma and Jocko went to go visit a few episodes ago? Actually, a while back. Knocks him out, the guards, and asks about the Super Dragon Balls. He says, tell me about the Super Dragon Balls. And that's the end of the episode. Next week, I'm going to do a full preview about this tomorrow on this channel, Geekdom 101. Next week, Zamasu makes a wish to the Super Dragon. And I think, I'll talk more about it in my preview, I think Gowasu is going to be history. So if you predicted that and it happens, you're a great prognosticator. So this episode of Dragon Ball Super, incredible. I predicted in my Is Zamasu is Black video, I was wrong about Zamasu being black, but I did predict that Goku going to visit Zamasu may have created a time loop to where if Black had never attacked, I think it was in my Butterfly Effect video, if Black had never attacked the future, Trunks would have never gone back in time, Goku would have never gone with Beerus and Whis to Universe 10, met Zamasu, and thus showed, angered Zamasu into becoming evil and creating Goku Black. Or maybe he didn't create him, I don't know. But the point is, the point I'm trying to make is, it looks like that might be the situation, that there's actually a time paradox here. A time loop. I don't know. I can't wait to see what happens. Dragon Ball Super on fire. Share this video out. Leave a comment down below. Thank you as always. Subscribe if you have not. And one more thing, there have been fake episode titles going around. If you're seeing the 9 episode titles that have been going around social media, they are fake. Subscribe to Geekdom 101 because if something real breaks, I am going to tell you. Also, follow me on Twitter at Emperor Big D so that you'll know what's going on. Because I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to BS you. You're not going to see anything fake from me. Those episode titles are fake. Now you know. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys later.